Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I am doing kind of a series of videos about all the stuff I would like to get to in the new year, as well as beyond. It's more stuff that I'm looking at my shelves and going, I want to read these things, and I'm trying to find that love. And I think it's all there. I really, as I'm going through and pulling stuff, I'm like, I want to read this, I want to read this, and there's, I can't read it all right now. So I'm gonna have to kind of make some decisions. But, as you'll see from my video that I probably put up yesterday that was about all the series that I want to finish or at least catch up on or make some progress in. I admittedly love series, and there are good and bad things about it. I mean, I love trilogies because then they're done in 3 and you're done, but I also love ongoing urban fantasy series and fantasy series in general, pretty much. So I've picked out quite a few books here. I'm just going to go through them pretty quickly. The last video was a little long, but I'm probably not going to talk about these super much, but these are the series that I want to start. Like, I have books, or the first book, and I bought them to try the series out, and I haven't done that yet. Some of this stuff I bought in the last year. Some of this stuff has been on my shelf for quite a while, and I still haven't got to it. So I'm kind of hoping this will help. So let's just get into it. So one of the series that I would like to try is an urban fantasy series by Anne Bishop. It's the Other series. The first book is Written in Blood. All I remember is something that has to do with she is like a blood prophet or something, and I think it's because I don't like to read too much into it. I just heard that they're really good, and I just want to read that. So I don't know how many books are in the series. I just know I own like 3 of them because I got them at a really good deal at some sale. So I have 3 of them. I haven't started it yet. Nice start, Amy. I also got the first book in Brett Week's the Lightbringer series. This is the Black Prism. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I have not read his other series, the Night Angel series. I think this one more calls me. I do have the first book to the Way of the Shadows as well to try, but this is the one I really want to try, and I keep hearing good things about it. And again, it has to do with the magic system, it has to do with light somehow, and I think the more you use it, the quicker you die or something. I don't know, but it sounds really epic, and I would like to try that. Another fantasy, there's a lot of them in here, as I said, is the Locke, Lamora, which is by Scott Lynch. I think it's the first book in the Gentleman Bastard series. And again, I've heard a lot about this. I went to pick this up maybe a year or 2 ago. I mean, I've had this copy for a while, but I stopped when I realized he wasn't writing at the time. He was he stopped doing a lot of stuff like that. And I guess now there's talk that the 4th book might be coming out, but it's again one of those series where I don't want to start it until there's quite a few books out, because then I'll have to wait. But we'll see. I hear it's really good. Again, it's a fantasy, and again, I think there's a heist in this one, and I hear there's pirates in the second one or something. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it sounds fascinating. I really do want to read it. I need to bite the bullet and just do it. Another fantasy series I picked up was The Broken Empire by Mark Lawrence. I think this is the first book, Prince of Thorns. I did try to read this about 3 years ago. Oh, actually, it's probably 4 years ago now. But I was not in a place that I wanted to read about dark fantasy, so, because I think this is grim dark. So I didn't get a chance to try this. So I really kind of want to do this. If you guys have read it, let me know. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that, everybody's killed when he was a kid, and then he grows up to seek revenge, I guess. I don't know. So sad. I don't know a lot about these because I haven't read them yet. Another one I want to read is Anthony Ryan's the Raven's Shadow novels. I actually don't know anything about this. I just know I was attracted to the covers first off, and I'd heard his name around, but again, I don't know, it's a fantasy. I don't know. I actually don't know anything about this anymore because I picked it up and it's been on my shelf for at least 6 months, and I've been wanting to get to it. And I know he has another series that has dragons in it, so I want to get to that one too, but I think I want to start with this one. So if you've read this, let me know. Was it good? Another one I'd like to continue. I could have put this on my other list where it was series I want to continue, but I kind of felt like because this is kind of like the next trilogy set, that is one I want to start because it's a different era, and that is one of the Mistborn books, and this is the Alloy of Law, which again is like it's kind of book 4 in that series, except it's in a different time era that I considered it a whole nother series. And I have the first 3 books, and I guess there's a 4th one coming out, which I did not know. But anyway, so I haven't continued on with my Mistborn, and I would like to do that. This one's gonna be kind of like the only kind of oddball one, but this is a series. This is I think it's a paranormal romance series by Mel Jean Brooke. I think it's the Guardian series, and I have almost all the books. I think I got them at a used book sale or something. So I've never read them, but I love her, I would call it an urban fantasy, but it's the Iron Duke series, and I really, really like that series. So this is one she wrote before that, so I'm not sure. I think it has to do with angels and demons. I don't know. I actually don't know. I just need to read this. I have all the books. And then this is, I'm just not sure I'm going to get to this right now, and it's a series by one of my favorite authors that I somehow put off, and I think I put it off because I didn't want to read it until it was all out, and then once it was all out, I've just been distracted or haven't thought about it. And that is Tad Williams and the Shadow March series. And there's 4 books in this. I have all 4 now, and I really should just read them. I think it's because it's not calling to me what's going on. I think it has to do with you know, it's families and our wars and governments. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Have you guys read this one? This is the only one only series I really haven't read of his. And I just haven't started it yet. So I would really like to. That's on the list. And then just to throw some spice in here is a couple of sci-fis. Fortune's Pawn. I don't remember what the series is Paradox series. And I think it's a trilogy. Yeah, it's a trilogy. So I have the first 2. I had this one, was supposed to be for my book club, I think last year at this time. And I bought it, but I didn't get a chance to read it. I don't remember what was going on, but I didn't get to it. And now I really do, because it has to do with a woman who, I think she joins a crew that's a kind of, she gets paid higher by going to this crew, and there's a reason for that, but she doesn't know what it is when she joins. And anyway, I said, I hear it's really good. And I said, I had the first 2 books, so I would like to start that series. And then I'd also like to read something by Cameron Hurley, and I have God's War. I got it on sale someplace. So, and I don't actually remember what this is about. It's just more apocalyptic, but you know, maybe it isn't really sci-fi. I don't know. I thought it was, but maybe that's the other books that I'm thinking of that I have. Mirror Empire on my Kindle. So I don't know. I want to pick up at least one of her series and try it. And God's War is one I have in paperback. So we'll see. So another fantasy series I'd like to try is the Dragonlords by John Hollins. Fool's Gold is the first one. I think the second book just came out. It sounds like it's really funny, like kind of, I don't know. It just sounds like it's going to be funny. You're not seriously proposing we steal from a dragon. I don't know. I've heard good things about this from some other booktubers. I think Kitty G was the one talking about this one. So I bought this when I saw it on sale one day, and so I would like to try that. So, and again, I like dragons, and I like it when they're I like it when they're good and bad guys. Like I like both ways, so it'll be kind of soon. So I think these are bad. And then I wanted, as also from Kitty G, is Mage's Blood, or the Moontide Quartet, is by David Hare. I had never heard of him, and I actually had to purchase this from Book Depository because I could not find a copy anywhere. So on this side, so I want to try it, and it sounds like there's some land that has some kind of bridge that only opens up every once in a while, and then wars happen because of that. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Again, it's huge and epic, and if I like it, then I'll have to order the other books from Book Depository. Another series I'd like to take a chance on, or one I've heard about a lot but I've never read, is Michael J. Sutherland's, and I think I have the first book, Theft of Swords, in the Rhyria Revelations. I think these are the first ones. If not, let me know, but I'm pretty sure this is the first. So I want to read them in the order you're supposed to read them, like publication-wise, I think is best. Anyway, but I think I'm going to try that. I know he has a whole lot of other series that go, like another series beyond this, and then there's the ones that go back in time, the Age of Myth and Sword, I think. But I really want to read this book. I hear it's really good, and I like those kind of buddy ones. Another one I picked up that I'd like to try is The Emperor's Blade, which is Chronicles of the Unhewn Throne. it sounds cool. There's 3 siblings that are, I think they're either trying to hold the kingdom together or they're fighting for it. I'm not sure in this first book, but it just sounded cool because they're all doing different things, and one rides this really cool animal thing, and I don't know. It sounds good. Anyway, I want to give it a try. Another sci-fi one I have in here is the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey. Now, Leviathan Wakes is the first book. I've been wanting to try to read this. I only watched a couple episodes of The Expanse. At the time, I had a HD recorder, or DVD, or not a recorder from my cable. So I had part of it on there, and then I had to take it back because I couldn't afford to have it anymore. And so I never got to finish the first season. So I've only watched a few episodes. So it was very interesting right up to the point I had to give it back. But I do want to read before I really watch it again. So I'm hoping to get to that. So, and I know that there's like 6 books out, 6 books. I think it's supposed to be 9 altogether. I don't know, something like that. Another series, fantasy series I want to try is, I don't remember if this series has a name, but I know the first book is the 12 Kings of I don't know. And again, this is by Bradley B. Boalou. I don't know if this has first books of the Song of the Shattered Suns. So the song, it's a share. So I know that he has 2 books out on this, and the third one he's writing now or getting it ready. So all I know is about it has to do with a woman who was I think a gladiator, and I think she's kind of fighting against the 12 kings who rule not very well the kingdom. And I think something happens where her mother found out some secret and told her before. I think her mother died or disappeared or something. I'm not quite sure. I don't want to know a whole lot before going into it, but it sounds really good, and I've heard good things about it, so I'd like to do that. And then another series I'd like to try is Brian McKellen's the Powder Mage trilogy, and this has to do with more the gun era of war and stuff. So it sounds really good. I don't know a whole lot. I can't remember if the guy's a general or the king. I don't know. War. Anyway, sounds interesting. And then a book that I want to pick up, like right now, is Bring Down Heaven Trilogy by Sam Sykes. This is the City Stained Red is the first book. I just got the third one this last month. It just was released. And I finally decided I better start reading them now that I have the whole trilogy. So I would really like to pick this up soon. They're all chunkers. They're huge. But they're funny. These are... Well, I mean, they're heartbreaking, and there's all this stuff going on, and the great action scenes, at least in the last series, and it follows some of the same characters in here. So I'm really excited for this because he's a funny writer, and I really enjoy him. And then the last one I would like at some point, maybe in a couple months. I just finished the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, so I would like to pick up her other series. So I figure I'll wait 6-7 months, and then maybe I'll pick up the Inheritance trilogy. So this is her first trilogy, I believe. I think I had, the 100,000 Kingdoms is the first book. And I had it on my Kindle for a long time. I just never read it. You know how you buy all that stuff on your Kindle and that just sits there? Well, I bought the bind up. I think that was ridiculous of me to do that. But it's here now. There's nothing I can do, and it's floppy. So we will see. Anyway, but I would like to try that one as well. So those are all the series that I have the first book or more of them that I would like to try. So are any of these series one of your guys' favorites? Which ones should I focus on? Which ones should I really start pretty soon? As I said, of all these, the one that I'm probably going to pick up first is this one in a couple of weeks. I don't think I'm going to do it right away. I'm trying to give myself a little break after reading the Broken Earth trilogy. So, but that one's calling me. But other than that, let me know, and I will see you guys later. Bye.